beyond. I said the Beltway Radio and beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here. Beltway Radio. Say what? And beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio and beyond. I say Beltway Radio and beyond. I said the Beltway Radio and beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here. Beltway Radio. Say what? And beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio and beyond. I say Beltway Radio and beyond. I said the Beltway Radio and beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here. Beltway Radio. Say what? And beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio and beyond. I say Beltway Radio and beyond. I said the Beltway Radio and beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here. Beltway Radio. Say what? And beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio and beyond. I say Beltway Radio and beyond. I said the Beltway Radio and beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here. Beltway Radio. Say what? And beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio and beyond. I say Beltway Radio and beyond. I said the Beltway Radio and beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here. Beltway Radio. Say what? And beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio and beyond. I say Beltway Radio and beyond. I said the Beltway Radio and beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here. Beltway Radio. Say what? And beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio and beyond. I say Beltway Radio and beyond. I said the Beltway Radio and beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here. Beltway Radio. Say what? And beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio and beyond. I say Beltway Radio and beyond. I said the Beltway Radio and beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here. Beltway Radio. Say what? And beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio and beyond. I say Beltway Radio and beyond. I said the Beltway Radio and beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here. Beltway Radio. Say what? And beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio and beyond. I say Beltway Radio and beyond. I said the Beltway Radio and beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here. Beltway Radio. Say what? And beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio and beyond. I say Beltway Radio and beyond. I said the Beltway Radio and beyond.
Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here, right here. Beltway Radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio. And beyond. I say Beltway Radio.
Hey.
And beyond.
Beyond.
I said the Beltway Radio. And beyond.
Beyond.
Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here, right here. Beltway Radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio. And beyond. I say Beltway Radio.
Hey.
And beyond.
Beyond.
I said the Beltway Radio. And beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here, right here. Beltway Radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio. And beyond. I say Beltway Radio.
Hey.
And beyond.
Beyond.
I said the Beltway Radio. And beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here, right here. Beltway Radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio. And beyond. I say Beltway Radio.
Hey.
And beyond.
Beyond.
I said the Beltway Radio. And beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here, right here. Beltway Radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio. And beyond. I say Beltway Radio.
Hey.
And beyond.
Beyond.
I said the Beltway Radio. And beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here, right here. Beltway Radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio. And beyond. I say Beltway Radio.
Hey.
And beyond.
Beyond.
I said the Beltway Radio. And beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here, right here. Beltway Radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio. And beyond. I say Beltway Radio.
Hey.
And beyond.
Beyond.
I said the Beltway Radio. And beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here, right here. Beltway Radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio. And beyond. I say Beltway Radio.
Hey.
And beyond.
Beyond.
I said the Beltway Radio. And beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here, right here. Beltway Radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio. And beyond. I say Beltway Radio.
Hey.
And beyond.
Beyond.
I said the Beltway Radio. And beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here, right here. Beltway Radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio. And beyond. I say Beltway Radio.
Hey.
And beyond.
Beyond.
I said the Beltway Radio. And beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here, right here. Beltway Radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio. And beyond. I say Beltway Radio.
Hey.
And beyond.
Beyond.
I said the Beltway Radio. And beyond. Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond. Right here, right here. Beltway radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway radio. And beyond. I say Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond. Beyond.
I said the Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond.
Say it again. The Beltway radio. What? And beyond.
Beyond.
Right here, right here. Beltway radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway radio. And beyond. I say Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond. Beyond.
I said the Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond.
Say it again. The Beltway radio. What? And beyond.
Beyond.
Right here, right here. Beltway radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway radio. And beyond. I say Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond. Beyond.
I said the Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond.
Say it again. The Beltway radio. What? And beyond.
Beyond.
Right here, right here. Beltway radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway radio. And beyond. I say Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond. Beyond.
I said the Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond.
Say it again. The Beltway radio. What? And beyond.
Beyond.
Right here, right here. Beltway radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway radio. And beyond. I say Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond. Beyond.
I said the Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond.
Say it again. The Beltway radio. What? And beyond.
Beyond.
Right here, right here. Beltway radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway radio. And beyond. I say Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond. Beyond.
I said the Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond.
Say it again. The Beltway radio. What? And beyond.
Beyond.
Right here, right here. Beltway radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway radio. And beyond. I say Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond. Beyond.
I said the Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond.
Say it again. The Beltway radio. What? And beyond.
Beyond.
Right here, right here. Beltway radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway radio. And beyond. I say Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond. Beyond.
I said the Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond.
Say it again. The Beltway radio. What? And beyond.
Beyond.
Right here, right here. Beltway radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway radio. And beyond. I say Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond. Beyond.
I said the Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond.
Say it again. The Beltway radio. What? And beyond.
Beyond.
Right here, right here. Beltway radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway radio. And beyond. I say Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond. Beyond.
I said the Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond.
Say it again. The Beltway radio. What? And beyond.
Beyond.
Right here, right here. Beltway radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway radio. And beyond. I say Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond. Beyond.
I said the Beltway radio. And beyond.
Beyond. Beyond.
Say it again. The Beltway radio. What? And beyond.
Beyond.
Right here, right here. Beltway radio.
Say what?
Oh, and beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
I say Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond. Beyond. Beyond.
I said the Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond. Beyond.
Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond.
Beyond.
Right here, right here. Beltway Radio.
Say what?
Uh-oh. And beyond. Beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
I say Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond. Beyond. Beyond.
I said the Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond. Beyond.
Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond.
Beyond.
Right here, right here. Beltway Radio.
Say what?
Uh-oh. And beyond. Beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
I say Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond. Beyond. Beyond.
I said the Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond. Beyond.
Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond.
Beyond.
Right here, right here. Beltway Radio.
Say what?
Uh-oh. And beyond. Beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
I say Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond. Beyond. Beyond.
I said the Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond. Beyond.
Say it again. The Beltway Radio. What? And beyond.
Beyond.
Right here, right here. Beltway Radio.
Say what?
Uh-oh. And beyond. Beyond. Oh, say the hook. Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
Or imagine. There is no obstacle that you cannot overcome, no problem that you cannot solve, and no goal that you cannot achieve by applying your mind to your situation. Go on and
shit.
go on and
What the fuck? You all broken up. You all right over there, Key?
Yes. Listen, all I could do was pull up in my driveway. I couldn't even get out the house. Like I'm in the car.
You in the car? You in the whole car right now? She's in the whole car right now. Man, listen. Come on in.
I took it back to 86.
Huh?
I took it back to 86.
No, sometimes you gotta take it back to bring in presents. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do. All right. Well, unfortunately, you see that we're remote today and we're not in the studio or whatnot. So that's telling you that we had some technical difficulties last week after the show. So after the show, me and Kiki come outside, we chopping it up like usual. We just kicking the shit. And the smoke is outside. It's smoking in the motherfucker. So white man comes outside with a little, he's like, oh, it's a full fire over there.
No, he had some kitty litter.
Yeah, he had the kitty litter.
A bottle.
And he was trying to put the fire out. You know what I mean? So when he was trying to put the fire out, we thought he did, but the joint came back. Whole building on fire, y'all. Whole building on fire. No electrical power in the studio. So today we home. I'm coming live from my honeycomb hideout. Shit looks like the drink champs around here. It's ridiculous. Gigi, what up?
I'm in the truck. It looked like remote to me. It smell like remote out here.
It smell like remote out there?
Mm-hmm. But I'm here.
There it is.
I'm here.
You here though?
Happy Monday.
Well,
where is Pumpkin Seed at? That's who we got today.
Hey, good morning, Pumpkin Seed. I know you out there. I know you hear us talking to you, Pumpkin Seed. Is he salted or unsalted?
I think he's salted. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Yo, look at the white man today. Yo, Captain Picard. It's Picard. Yo. You can't make this up, y'all. This is a morning time. Here's how we do this in the morning.
But check this. I think Pumpkin Seed might stick. Pumpkin Seed. More and more I think about it, Pumpkin Seed might stick.
Really?
Okay.
There's some similarities that I'm just thinking about that I didn't think about before until just now.
What are the similarities?
Round, white, salted and unsalted. Sticky.
Round, white, salted, unsalted.
Sticky until it's dried out, you know.
But we're healthy.
There you go. We're healthy. So I heard pumpkin seeds are a healthy snack.
I mean, we gotta ask Ty.
She don't want me.
Oh, Ty, why you break that man's confidence for, man? Somebody hit Ty Bradley up, tell him come hard at me, man.
Come talk to me.
Let me try. All right, y'all.
So what about this Damar Hamlin thing? You know he's cleared to play again. How we feel about that?
It's a good look. Let the man get back to what he's doing. If the doctors cleared him and said he can play, I know there's got to be there's a lot of self-conscious, there's a lot of self-doubt in his mind. You know what I mean? The man died on the field. You know what I mean? What kind of trauma is that? Is he in therapy? Is his mind going to be ready? Is he going to be able to play at the level that he was playing? There's a lot of questions. But it's good to have the young man back. You know what I mean? Right. And he can get back to his craft and doing what he likes to do. That's a good thing. But there's a lot of questions that I got surrounded by it, though. I got questions.
I feel like there is an awareness. Okay, so the positives, right? The positive is that he brought awareness to whatever that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then his calls got a good jump. He got like if you see him, like he's a whole star, like for all the right reasons.
Okay.
For all the right reasons. So that was one of those things. But I can't understand what questions you would have outside of, you know, the ones that you just mentioned. What other questions would you have?
I think those would be the main questions you would ask and you would have. You want to know these things. You know what I mean? His mental when he steps on that field. And it may be okay now, you can step on the field now, but during gameplay itself, during when time counts, how is he going to respond? Is he going to be nervous? Is he going to be fully open to play, or is he going to be just held back a little bit because he's worried about, you know what I mean, it happening again?
Listen, I felt that way. I'm gun shy too when it comes to certain corners. If I take a certain corner at a certain speed, you know, especially the last one that I took at a certain speed and I didn't make it all the way through, I get gun shy. So I understand that.
I get like the same way. I get gun shy when I get in the turns because that's when I went down. Went down in the turn. So now, of course, now getting in the turn, I get gun shy. I noticed that. I get gun shy. I come off the throttle. You know what I mean? I can't break that mental, you know what I mean, that mental line. Coming out of the turn, I'm like bad out of hell. I'm full red lining all the way. I'm good. But as soon as I get in that turn, I get that in my mind, like, oh shit, and I start having flashbacks and I get gun shy. You know what helped me? I felt like helped me. I mean, what helped me in the beginning, not to my second accident, but what helped me come out of the gunshot, I had to understand why it happened. The second one, I cannot for the life of me understand why the fuck that shit happened. So I can't come out of that one. So I understood what happened. I understood what happened and why it happened. I just can't come out of it. I just can't come out of it. And I constantly, when I get in them turns, I second guess myself. I don't go as hard as I could go, and I know I could go. I don't go as hard because I second guess myself, and it's a little leery. I'm a little leery at that point. I'm wondering, is he going to experience the same thing? Will he experience that? You know, those questions you're going to have. And obviously, the family has those questions. The Bills, they self are going to have those questions. We're going to have to, only way we're going to see is when he gets back into action on the field. It's the only way. You know, but I'm glad to see him back. That's out fucking standing. All right, let's talk about that fight because a lot of people were.
Wait a minute, you done skipped over my DC home team. Yeah, again.
No, hold on, Mike. Listen. We're not gonna do this today. We're not gonna do this morning. Okay.
The first, you see how y'all do? Y'all so funny style. As soon as I get excited about a DC team, y'all don't want to talk about this shit. No problem.
I'm supporting you.
No problem.
Of course, they would have home field advantage. Do you feel like they're gonna win everything?
Yes, and guess what what came to my brain? I'm not a yeller. Guess what came to my brain this morning?
What's that?
You really sub that team out for Commanders.
So what we're not going to do is have Commanders abuse today. That's what we're not going to do today. We will not be no Commander abuse today. As long as we have that understanding, we're okay and we're all good. All right?
Okay, Tank.
Okay.
Moving right along.
So this fight. Okay. How do y'all? I need to know your feelings about this fight. Huh? Why you say
Okay.
You said thumbs down.
Now,
why do you say thumbs down?
Everyone knows. I'm going to tell you. Everyone knows that I am an NBA, NFL enthusiast, right? Sometimes I can fuck with a little baseball, and every now and again I mess with hockey, right? But boxing, I guess because I'm a 90s kid and I kind of grew up with the whole Mike Tyson brawl type thing, I expect to see a fight when I watch the fight. Okay. I think, and you can debate me on this when I'm done, I think that Money Mayweather messed the game up. I think Money Mayweather showed everybody how to box smart. You know, how to just get the money and blah blah blah, and not really go on there and give the fans and the spectators what we want. So I was a little disappointed. The only fight that I appreciated was the one when Lil Youngin knocked the other Youngin out. Like, I like that. But that Tank shit, I feel like I'm just not a fan right now. Like, I'm not a fan. I think it's too much hype around him for the work that he give. And I sat next to a dude who was a boxing trainer. He tried to help me understand all this. I'm like, yeah, I understand all that. But the people who go and watch the fight don't have to be professional spectators. I see what I see, and I want to see when you. Anyway, I'm glad I ain't pay for that shit. Go ahead.
All right. So, the days of the way they used to brawl and beat each other's brains in, those days of now surpassed. Those days are no longer. Lloyd showed you a way to get to the bag, but still fight sensibly. You know what I mean? Like, yo, they're not. What kicking you want to see is niggas go stand toe to toe and just bang that shit out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's brawling. Yes. That's not boxing. You know what I mean? Boxing is like a game of chess, man. You got to feel each other out. You gonna move around. So Floyd, you know what I mean? He brought that to the forefront. Now, was that motherfucking punch so lightning fast that I had to motherfucking slow-mo that shit to catch it? You know what I mean? And is it possible? It's possible. Some people feel like, yo, the fight was staged. And some people feel like that. I've seen the comments. You know what I mean?
People.
You people that you feel that fight was staged. He was paid to take a dive. Is that what you're saying?
I think so. The person that was sitting next to me, the boxing professional enthusiast that was sitting next to me says no. He says that was a legitimate hard kidney punch. And he said, just like when men get hit in their testicles and it takes a second to hit, he said kidneys do the same thing. So when he said that, I'm 50-50 about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to believe it. I don't know about that. He said that.
I don't think he was wrong with that. I think he's right. You get a punch like that at first, you're not going to be like instantly. It's going to take a second. And when you feel that pain kick in, like nigga said he couldn't breathe.
That's
you know what I mean? It's possible. You know what I mean? Little dude has punching power. You know what I mean? I'm going to say this. I don't think he has an iron jaw, though. I need somebody to test Tank's jaw. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think he's got an iron jaw. He's lightning fast. He got speed. He knows what to do. I think if a nigga hits that button on his jaw, he's night-night.
You think so?
My opinion. You know what I mean?
So what about the young and that was before him that I was talking about?
I'm going to say this much. put my tank, right?
My
Put my tank.
my job husband, my work husband.
We're not even gonna have that conversation. We're not.
Yes or no? Yes
We're
or no?
talking
My
about
work
my
husband.
tank. My tank.
My work
Give
husband.
my tank the fucking put him back and get him in shape. I think he would give Tank Davis a run for his money. My tank.
My work husband.
Yeah, my club brother Tank.
My work husband. Right.
My club brother Tank. Yeah, the one that's in Underworld. Yes, Underworld Tank.
Yeah, my work husband. Right.
No, Underworld Tank. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You definitely
Underworld
was
Tank. You know what I mean?
a hater, Joe. You a Stafford hater at that.
Why am I a Stafford hater? How am I? I just said that was my club brother, and that's all I said. I didn't say anything else, Kiki. Why am I a hater?
Why he can't be both? Like, yes, your work husband, my club brother.
I don't understand that other terminology you're speaking of. I understand Underworld Tank. I understand that. I don't understand the other terminology. All right. So, there's a legit punch. Everybody's saying it happened. It went down. Congratulations to him for another next win. He is a Baltimore native. Supposed to give him his props, whatever. Blah 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 blah. All right, cool. I just want to see somebody try his fucking jaw. Period.
Okay. I think the youngin, I can't think his name. I keep saying youngin, but the guy, the light-skinned dude with the braids that won the fight before him, I think I would like to see that. Because look, he was connected. And here's another thing, Tom. Why are we talking about this, right? I feel like I tried to understand what the professional enthusiast was trying to tell me, right? I do understand with the report card and the clickers and the punches, and I realize if you don't throw punches, you don't get counted. And I feel like the last guy, one that Tank fought, I don't know why he wasn't hitting it. He wasn't throwing punches in the beginning. And I said, maybe that's part of that mindset that I don't understand because I do hair for a living and I don't box. I don't understand that, but I feel like it's a game. It's a click game. It's like, how many people, how many punches, and the scorecard thing. I'm just tired. I feel like
when you talk about boxing isn't like, it's not like the old days. You're not gonna see niggas get in there and just brawl and stand toe to toe and brawl. You know what I mean? You gotta find out. You gotta see how the pros move. You want to get off that right punch. If he didn't size up that dude, do you think he would be able to get off that gut punch?
No.
Do you think you can be able to get off that punch? No. He's sizing him up, feeling him out, and seeing what his tendencies are in the ring. It's a game. It's like chess. It's chess in the ring. That's all it is. You know what I mean?
So it's fun. So we got it wrong. It's fundamentals. Then we got it wrong. We got it all wrong. Okay. Thanks for correcting me.
It is what it is. And Tavio, he's the same weight class. You know what I mean? There's a little history there. That's why I said what I said. There's a little history there. That's why I said what I said. All right.
So what do you think about younger people fighting older people? Since you called it that game, what do you feel about that? Do you feel like every time?
What do you mean younger versus older? What are you talking about?
Okay, so one of those fights, somebody was 37 and somebody was 27. Like, what do you think when there's an age difference?
That's a significant age difference to put in the ring with each other.
And they did.
That's significant. You know what I mean? A 37-year-old isn't as quick as a 27-year-old. It just come on, man. That's Father Time. Father Time took his ass whooping on the 37-year-old. When you were 27, did you move the same at 37 like you did at 27?
No.
Same difference. Difference.
Okay.
Now, what I can give is when you get older, you get that old man strength. You do get that old man strength. Hey, Batman, am I wrong about this? You get older, you know what I mean? It's like this old time man told me. He's hit me this when I was younger. He said, "You ever see a young tree? A young tree is real flimsy. You can bend it, you can break it, you can break the branch, you can break it. But as that tree gets older, that foundation gets stronger. Then branches get harder to break. You know what I mean? Same principles with a man. When you're younger, you may be nice and everything like that, but that old man power is a little different than that young man power. You hit a little different as you get older. You know what I mean? You hit a little different. That's just my opinion. All right. Okay. Well, in this world, I sent Kiki all kind of crazy stuff this week. As I always do, I send Kiki crazy stuff because I see crazy stuff and I got to talk about the crazy stuff. Mm-hmm. So this man broke up with his girlfriend because her son was bad as fuck. Let me ask you something. You're dating, Kiki, you're dating a guy, and he's got a kid. You know what I mean? But the kid is a little piece of shit. You know what I mean? Fuck that kid. You know what I mean? Are you gonna break up with the man because his kid is bad?
If I have to, I will. Because here's the things that come into play, right? If that's your child and they don't have siblings, which I assumed that she didn't, I assumed that was the only son that she had. You're going to spend 99% of your time with that woman and her child. I have been around people whose kids I couldn't stand. I'm a person for real. If your kids are bad, they unruly, they don't have manners, I tend to have less patience for them. And I feel like in order to make my life peaceful, I let this shit go. Because the whole time I'm going to resent you because I resent your kid.
Okay.
So, and then the fact that if I have conversations with you about it, nothing changes, nothing will change. So I'm going to sit this one out. I appreciate you. Maybe next lifetime. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I've seen it.
Well, so here's my thing. Now, I've dated women with kids because, you know, it comes part of the deal. But if you're not disciplining this child, and you know this child is disrespectful and saying wild shit to me and doing shit, and you ain't saying nothing to this child, fuck you, bitch. I got to go. You know what I mean? And I only got to go because I'm saving myself. Not you. I'm saving myself because I'm about to motherfucking kick your kid's little fucking ass. I'm going to forget that he's a kid, and I'm going to put my foot up his ass like you should. Just saying.
So let me say this, because I'm that way in friendships too. I have had people who I have been friends with, and their kids is always in my business. Like every time I'm talking to the mother, the kid is asking me questions. Like I find that to be so disrespectful. I wasn't raised that way. So I found myself limiting my time that I'm around you and your kid because you don't seem to understand what I understand. You don't seem to feel the way I need to feel. And guess what? If that's the case, please choose your kid every time. I will let my stuff out the door. It's no problem.
I respect
it's no problem.
That.
Yeah,
and that's how it has to be. You know what I mean? But I feel like in this situation, you know what I mean. You need to do something, because if you don't, I'm gonna fuck a kid up.
Can I add a 2 cents here?
Yeah, please and thank you.
Okay. Remember in the video, as she was quote unquote pleading for him to stay, she mentioned the fact that he needs a stable male figure in his life. And I'm like, okay, so like the guy said, okay, where's the dad? Why can't the dad handle this? Why can't, why do I mean, because I think he was being respectful, like you said, to the point of he wanted to whip his ass, but being respectful is like, it's not his kid.
Yeah.
So, and to the point where it's like, okay, if you can't discipline him and the dad's not disciplining him, who's going to discipline his kid? So, I mean, it's I would leave too. I just feel like, it's like, look, I need to chill, get away. I do.
I need to reevaluate this situation. I need to reevaluate the situation I'm in, because clearly you're not doing your parenting job. You're allowing this child to do whatever, which doesn't fit good with my shit, the way I would parent. You know what I mean? And I can't fuck this child up because, where is the father? You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? But female lady, girl, this is your child. From the minute your child started talking disrespectful and all that shit, you should have put that phone down and whooped that little son bitch ass. Period.
And he saw the kid he thought it was a game. Because he was laughing from time to time whenever he was trying to do whatever, and then he closed the door in his face. And I was like, I'm out. I mean, it's like, and her saying, well, you were willing to leave a good thing. It's like, yeah, because your kid is crazy right now, and I ain't dealing with it. So if you don't discipline him,
I don't know.
Your man don't discipline him, I'm out.
I wouldn't want to deal with that shit either. You know what I mean? I'm just exactly. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm going to get out of there. Anybody out there, you feel like if you were in that situation and you dating somebody and their kids is fucked up, are you going to stay or you rolling? You know what I mean? Most dudes I know, Will Funk said, badass kids that you raised are a deal breaker for me. You know what I mean? I don't have to deal with that shit. And I feel that. You're absolutely right. You don't have to deal with that shit. Nah, I gotta go. I can't.
Yeah, baby kids, man. Come on. Even though that movie wasn't as big as it is, but still, Robin Robin Harris's baby kids will constantly be in everybody's brain.
Yeah, and that is a baby kid. That was a baby kid. You know what I mean? So like, yo, fuck that little kid. You know what I mean? Fuck that. And now I'm not dealing with you. You know what I mean? I want to say, yeah, we ain't friends, sweetie. So you need to tell that little boy ass we ain't friends. Your mama and I, and since your mama can't handle you, I can't handle her. See you. You know what I mean? Like, listen, that's the mother fault. You gotta get on the mother for that. I mean, that's just my opinions about it. You know what I mean? No. So much fuck shit. So here's another funny thing, Kiki.
Okay.
Here's another funny thing. Goddamn Afro Man.
Yes.
Goddamn, I'm voting for Afro Man.
I'm not voting for Afro.
You did not know, if you remember the dude that sang that song Because I Got High. He has now formally put in the paperwork to run to be the president in 2024. My vote is with Afro Man. The whole country is gonna be high as fuck.
Why? Just tell me why. Why would you nigga like that?
Why would I nigga like that?
Why would you nigga like that?
Let me help you with this. Here's my scenario with that. You're gonna eat a shit sandwich, correct?
Yes.
You have no choice but to eat this shit sandwich. You only have two choices: mustard or mayonnaise. You can't have both. You gotta have one or the other. But you gotta eat a shit sandwich. So why I say that is, you're looking for these presidents, and you got what? Trump and DeSantis over here, and you got Sleepy Joe over here. Both of them are shit sandwiches. Which one are you gonna have? Me? Nah, nigga. I'm going with the motherfucking barbecue potato chips in the back over there. That's who I'm voting for, nigga. I'm gonna bring another nigga in the White House because niggas gonna nigga when he get in the White House. Shit. He's not gonna win though, of course, but I think it's kind of funny.
There are others. It's just not Sleepy Joe and Afro Man. Please no. We got other choices. Please no.
We do have other choices, but these are the name brands that you have in your house. You know what I mean? The fuck, what do I got to lose with Afro Man? What do I got to lose with Afro Man? That would be, nigga, the Afro and everything. This nigga would be the pimp president of the fucking United States. You got me fucked up, Slim.
Do you? I'm finna get in trouble. Do you know who Afro Man got a striking resemblance to?
Ooh.
Pastor Green Thumb.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I see it. Pastor Green Thumb, you got some explaining to do, bruh. Pastor Green Thumb got on from 420 Radio. He got some explaining to do. Is they cousins? Is they cousins like twice removed? We got to know. We got questions here now. You know what I mean? If that's the case, if they are cousins and he get in the White House, is Pastor Green Thumb going to be his chief of staff or something like that? Nigga, I need to know. You know, Beltway Radio and Beyond is out the White House, dog. Shit. Hell yeah. Now. All right. So without further ado,
it's time. Yes,
it's time. It is time that I bring you the news from the most whitest of whitest, where they have air or they have no air. You know what I mean? Their food is not even seasoned. It's not even clean. Just right out the pack into the fryer. Don't even do nothing to it. These people are unique in their own right. And for that, I bring you Top 10 Call Cassidy. Let's start with this one first before this is on the paper. There is a man. There is a grown man. I don't know how to say this white man. There's a grown man who went viral. He is from the mountains. Kiki and I had this debate, and Kiki said it was lack of oxygen what made him do this.
it did.
I said he had a special dose of air, you know what I mean? And ate some of fucking Auntie May's unseasoned flavored pork chops. Right? So this is a grown man, Call Cassidy, white man, has gone viral for identifying to be a 6-year-old transgender girl. Is there a way we can send that to white man?
Yes.
White man, I'm trying to send this to white man because you niggas don't believe me. You niggas don't believe me. Okay, there is a Caucasian man out here, right? Let me switch over. There's a Caucasian man out here that is pretending to be hold on. It's pretending to be a 6-year-old transgender girl.
Yes.
What part of the mountain is he from, Kiki?
He's
Gotta think about it.
from the part of the mountain where they don't have any air. Like he's from Space Mountain. He's from Space Mountain.
He's from Space Mountain. I cannot make this up for y'all, man. I just can't. You know what I mean? Hold on. So, let's see if I can send this to Brian and he. Brian, look on you. There he is. There it is. And I'm making this up, people, so y'all see this with your own 2 eyes. This is the man who claims to identify as a 6-year-old transgender girl. Now, I ask you fine people, has this shit gone too far? When is enough enough?
It's gone too far.
When is enough enough? I'm just curious to know. When is enough enough? When do we say, you know what? We had enough of this motherfucking shit. When are we going to stop this? Because this is getting way out of hand.
That's enough.
You're saying that's enough? You're tapping out?
That's enough.
That's enough.
That's enough.
Okay. All right. More news from the mountain. One woman's tweet made a round across social media platforms and caused quite a bit of a stir. The woman says that natural bodies are for poor females. The woman added, "I said what I said," implying she had no intention of explaining her views.
I mean,
help me, Kiki.
You can't come on there with your milky white skin and tell people that. That's a lot of caucasity to tell. That's a lot. That's a lot. Being as though for eons and eons and eons, their body type was what we was going for.
True.
Their body type is what was
back in the days.
Back
in the
day.
Okay.
So get the fuck down somewhere. Take several seats, ma'am. Several.
Okay. So, Kiki, you might have to read this next caucasity because it looks chopped on my page. And I can't see all of it.
All right. A lady with rotten teeth went on a new network show called Smile. It had documented her journey to getting new teeth. They removed 20 of her teeth to give her implants. If you see the picture of this lady's teeth, they was just, look, they rolled the dice and God just threw them in there. Arrange yourselves. What God told.
So they removed 20 of her teeth and put in fresh implants. Okay.
No. I didn't get I stopped that. They removed 20 of her teeth to give her implants.
Oh, to give her implants. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then they asked her to wait 2 months just to see how the bones will heal. Because it takes some time when you start removing. It takes time for the gums to fill in and get hard, That's what she said. They gave her dentures for the remainder of the time where her bones were healing, which was about 1 year.
Okay.
So it 2 weeks turned into a year. She waited almost 2 years to reach out and decided to call the dentist to see, was it time to move forward or what? It's been 2 years. I got no teeth.
Yeah.
They gave her dentures in the meantime, and she was like, she didn't really want them because she said she wasn't gonna, she didn't want to be stuck with them. They was like, no, we got you. And the show is in production at the time.
Okay.
She was hit with the worst news ever when she finally reached out because they didn't never call her.
And
the show was in production and was told that per the participant agreement she signed that no work and no show, no work, and that she was on her own. It has now been 8 years and she still has no effort on behalf of the dentist. She ain't got no teeth still.
So wait a minute. She went on the show. What do you mean no show, no work? What was she supposed to do?
They told her, now for her, they called her. They reached out to her. I guess they saw her on something. The show called Smile reached out to her and said, hey, check this out. We got this new show coming out where we find people who have teeth that are similar to yours that, are I don't want to say raggedy, but raggedy. And we want to, improve our work and get you on our show and take care of you on the show.
Okay.
It's Dr. Glassman. You can look Dr. Glassman up. They in New York City. And the girl agreed. She's like, bet. They said, but in order for us to treat you, we got to remove your teeth. And all this stuff is in the agreement. You know, people sign agreements or
So
whatever.
you signed an agreement, but didn't they say they were going to put implants in?
They was going to put implants in, but because the show stopped production, they felt like we don't owe you shit.
Nah, nigga, that's a lawsuit. She can get paid. So wait a minute. Was this a white lady or was this a black lady?
The participant was black, and the Dr. Glassman
was white. He's for the mountains. He's for the mountains. I knew it.
They told her, read your fine print, sis. We told you, as long as the show is in production, we got you. But if the show ain't showing,
you fucked up.
Fucking own. So since then, thank God for our people. Some black doctors have reached out and tried to help Shorty, because that's about $80,000 worth of work that she don't have. And for 8 years, she ain't had no top teeth.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Everywhere.
Always read the fine print when you sign a contract.
Okay. I will also like to add, with shows like this, mind you, some do seek out, meaning the show seeks out people, and if you see like a lot of the TLC shows, like of course like Dr. Pimple Popper and My Feet Are Killing Me and things like that, they don't fully, most of those people, they find local people in addition to people outside their area. So with that in mind you, it's their business. Now, based off of their success of that show, let's keep in mind, like, let's say Dr. Pimple Popper, her main thing started through YouTube clips and stuff like that led to her getting a show. So with that success, a lot of people will go to her and say, hey, I want to get this whatever removed and all that stuff. So it helped with success. As for something like, if they create a pilot, like TLC, they created a pilot for My Feet Are Killing Me. And a lot of people liked it. And they say, okay, we're going to, press on with the show and they'll get involved. They do create, I remember seeing a pilot for something like cleaning ears and things of that. Mm-hmm. And they'll start off, they'll do a pilot, but if it's not in full, if they don't get the full series, then yeah, they'll cancel it. So really, it's just like, as much as you would say, it's like, hey, she try to sue the production company for not getting her teeth fully fixed, she'll lose, because of the fact is like there was only guarantee if, like, the contract probably says you will have a completed dental work as long as we're in production. And since we're not in production, I'm sorry. I mean, we thank you for your. It's a sad thing to say, to hear, but that's how it goes. I mean, because mind you, the production company is protected by that.
She's just shit out of luck.
She out of luck.
Sad to say. Yes.
Sad to say. Okay. Yeah, what's up, Kiki?
It's like the terrible way that they did Shaquella Robinson. That's terrible.
Yes. Kiki, are you on your phone or you on your computer right now?
I'm on my phone, but I'm trying to log into my computer now.
Okay, so
I'm trying. Like,
so before I get into these niggas, right? Because you niggas really been niggering, and I got to talk about it. So this weekend, I unfortunately I didn't get to go to Loyalty. Shout out to Loyalty Riders Fayetteville for having such a dope event. Didn't get to go and participate. I ended up going to see the DC Comedy Jam, right? D. Ray Davis, Mojo Brooks, Kevin Tate, Little Duval, and who else was there? And Corey Holcomb.
Okay.
Mojo Brooks, if you don't know him, look him up on Instagram. That nigga is hilarious. This dude had me laughing from the time he got on stage to the time he got off stage. Nigga, hilarious. Kevin Tate was a little animated, which made him kind of funny because he looked like a doofus. Bruh, Kevin Tate, did somebody ever tag him? Bruh, wearing them tight pants and keep trying to pull him up wasn't a good look for a grown man like you, bruh. You know what I mean? He just didn't look good. You had on them real tight jeans with big-ass feet. It just didn't match, bro. Gotta have a better look next time. D. Ray Davis is always funny. Little Duval came out. They had to put this thing is really little, Kiki. Like little.
Like little.
Like a little person. Like he's short. This nigga's short as fuck. I didn't think he was that short. I thought it was always a joke, but he's short as fuck. And It was good to see him on stage after the accident he had last year, and he healed and he was able to move around and shit like that. The little bastard was funny. Now, moving on to my man Corey Holcomb, because Corey Holcomb was the reason why I went to the show. I see Kiki figured out how to get on.
I figured it out.
Okay, so moving on to Corey Holcomb. Kiki, I'm going to send you this picture.
Okay.
If you want to share it with pumpkin seed over there,
I shall.
Share it with pumpkin seed.
I shall.
So Corey comes out on stage, right? And you know, Corey is quick to tell you, fuck them kids. He doesn't give a fuck about your kids. Fuck you. His thing was very animated. Let it be known. I'm trying to fuck tonight. I'm going to take a bitch to the grocery store, spend $400. But I noticed something as Corey was walking out. Did you get my text message, Kiki?
I didn't get it yet.
Let me know when you receive the text message. Yes, it was sent.
Last I got was, can you send the show through your email?
Yeah, please and thank you. Please and thank you.
There it is. I got it. Hold on.
Okay, so now before, because I'm not telling y'all what this is. I want Kiki to see her face.
No!
Yes, Kiki. Yes. I've never, listen here, I've never seen nobody. I've seen people with these motherfuckers. I thought it was a real fucking joke. I thought it was a scam. I didn't think this shit was real. Corey Holcomb, you are the nigga of the week. What are those on your feet, buddy? What are those on your feet? If you are struggling to see what he had on his feet, y'all.
Can they see it? No, Corey Holcomb.
See what he had on his feet. Look at them boots. Look at him. He had on the Mario boots. This nigga had the Mario boots on. Corey, you as old as me. Why? You know what I mean? Now, was the nigga funny? Yes. Was he? Funny, but the boots was too much for me.
So let Kiki update the people, because check this out. They got pink boots, they got black boots, they got fly. They doing what they do, and the boots are $7 in China. They are $130 here.
Wait. This is becoming a real fucking thing, is what you're saying.
Yes, it's a real thing. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. And they're not even comfortable, people say. People say it takes at least 2 to 3 people to help you pull the boots off, because they got a suction in them. They like rain boots. Nah, I'm good.
Shit don't make no sense. And this nigga had the joint pulled down, had the pants leg pulled down over top of him. You know what I mean? He
tried to hide it. You ain't slick.
Oh, just was a good look. Funny motherfucker. Good comedy show. Great show.
No, Corey Holcomb is a shit. How many people walked out though? Because how many people did he offend? Hey, Binky.
Okay.
How many people did he offend?
So towards the motherfucking end, he had abortion jokes. Yeah, my man went there and he was like, "They're just abortion jokes. Abortion jokes." You know what I mean? We're not censoring comedy. The nigga, the dude said, "Man, look. Bitch has so many abortions. When she take off her clothes, you hear church, you hear the fucking funeral music. Nigga, I almost fell the fuck out. You know what I mean? So, bruh, the ladies around me didn't find that shit funny at all. You see the ladies like this just sitting there like, you looking at these niggas like, you better not laugh at that shit. Bitch, I'm all in her ear like, I'm laughing my ass off at that shit because that shit was funny to me. You can't pick and choose what you're gonna joke about. Everything is available. It's a comedy. A comedian, that's his job to make fun of shit. You know
Speaking of comedians, Tone, have you seen the new interview on Drink Champs with Marlon Wayans?
No.
Have you seen Marlon Wayans' new stand-up comedy?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I give everybody homework that's on here. Marlon Wayans put a lot of things into perspective, because let me roll back for a second.
Right,
we all know that Monique did a stand-up. We know that Dave Chappelle did a stand-up. We know Chris Rock did one. And a lot of their stand-ups was in response to or in reaction to what had gone on. So they had testimonies in the sense. So it wasn't comedy. It wasn't jokes. It was real stuff that they made into a joke. Marlon Wayans did the same thing, but it's comedy. And he was just saying, like, look, his whole plight is you got to take it back to when people laughed at everything. Like, everything is not so fucking serious. And with how he said it, I'm with it. Like, and I think it'll fly over, because he did it in such a brilliant way where it seemed like he was trying to win, but he was trying to let everybody else win. So you get a chance. Look at that.
Where can we watch it at, Kiki? Where can we watch it at?
Yep.
Where can we watch it? Where can we watch that stand-up at?
HBO Max has it. HBO Max and Drink Champs is on YouTube.
All right, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna see what he got to say. I think the key with comedy is everything is funny. You know what I mean? Instead of taking offense and some shit you gotta laugh at. You put yourself in a situation that's funny.
Yes.
Prime example, like the motherfuckers come and sit in the front row. You go to a comedy show and you sit in the front row. Nigga, you gotta be ready for what's coming to you.
You're first.
You're first. You know what I mean? This nigga, yo. D-Ray Davis said he was on stage, right? And, D-Ray is D-Ray. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And a nigga tried to clown him because of his role in Peaches. And the nigga was like, bitch, at least I was on Snowfall, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Shut him down. So the chick was all the way in the back, and she was trying to scream something. The nigga looked and was like, you in the seats that say don't talk to me. You can only talk to me if you sit up front. I think the female was upset behind that. He carried a lot of fucking people. Good fucking show.
Because everybody forgot the rules of this stuff. You know for a fact that if you busted, don't sit in the front. Even if you fly, don't sit in the front. People see different things when they look at you than you think when you look at yourself. The same way people think that they fly as hell in them red boots is somebody who will say, nah, I'm going to flame your ass. So you have to know that those rules have not changed because America is so fucking sensitive. Relax. That's why people killing everybody. Everybody's so uptight. Chill out.
So,
That funny.
So before we get into these niggas, right, I got to give a shout out to John Singletary for creating the show Snowfall. If you have not watched it, I watched it. And there were a lot of people with mixed reviews on how the show ended. Right? People didn't like the way it ended. Okay. People want to have funny jokes the way how he went insane. Okay. I understand what his mother did in the end. Have you watched Snowfall, Kiki? Do you understand?
No. Not since you explained to me. This is a show that you was telling me was about Rick Ross' life?
No. I didn't say this was about Rick Ross' life. No. I can't.
It's
I don't know.
It's not loosely based. Somebody else, maybe somebody at the shop told me that it was loosely based on his life, I think.
It could be. Okay. I don't know.
Okay.
In the end of the show, dude lost his mind. And he didn't lose his mind, you know what I mean? Greed got the best of him.
Okay.
You see, whenever we watch these fucking shows about drug dealers and they're glorifying the behaviors of, they're glorifying the rise. And niggas were spending big bread and they were doing all this and all that. They never glorify the downfall, ever. You know what I mean? Because a few things are going to happen to you. Either A, you're going to end up dead. B, you're going to end up locked up. Or C, you know what I mean? You can end up like Franklin. Very seldom do you see motherfuckers get out and be successful after the fact. Very, very seldom. They're not balling like that. Franklin's problem was greed. And it's a side of the game that don't nobody talk about. You know what I mean? His greed got the best of him. And he fucked his whole life up. Lost his kid, lost his girl, lost everything. You know what I mean? Greed.
So is this show a series show or is it a movie?
It's a series show, and that was the season finale. I implore you to watch it. I implore you to indulge in watching Snowfall and understanding and watch the rise and the fall. And it's a lot of we can have a lot of debates and conversation about that show. Now, moving on to you Negroes, you niggas. You niggas always got a nigga and do some nigga shit. You know what I mean? Another nigga, you know what I mean, was what's his fucking name? What's his fucking name from there it is. Prize.
Prize from the Fugees, yes.
This nigga's was an FBI informant. So I got a question. How many niggas in the rap games you think are informants?
More than
niggas in the rap games description.
More than him. And if you listen to the music, it's right there.
They always tell you about it in the music. I don't know.
And he's facing like 20-something years.
22 years.
Yeah.
22 years. All right.
Yeah.
Nigga. A 17-year-old babysitter in Florida landed herself behind bars last week after allegedly making a video of herself placing a lit marijuana cigarette on the mouth of her friend's 1-year-old baby and was watching as the toddler inhaled it. Wait. So this is a baby nigga. This is a young nigga. This is a niggerette. How do you want it? She's just a nigga, Kiki?
She's a nigga. Nigga.
She was making a video and she took the fucking blunt and put it on the baby and watched the baby inhale. I'd have been beating her black ass.
So let me understand. You made the executive decision to give my baby, not even your baby. Yeah. You gave my baby a hit of a joint? Nah.
Yeah. You did.
And you videoed it.
You recorded it. You should beat her ass day in, day out. Hold on.
Really, nigga?
Really, nigga? Hold on. I got more for you about that.
Okay.
Her name is, I'm not Naledia. Naledi. Somebody want to take a stab at that?
Naledi
Roberts was taken into custody on Friday and charged with 1 count of felony child abuse. It was confirmed that the child was left in her care by the victim's 16-year-old mother.
Two youngins.
What? Wait. 16-year-old mother. I said that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Under questioning, she allegedly admitted that she had been smoking a marijuana cigarette near the victim, but denied ever having placed a joint on the child's mouth. Through various investigative techniques, detectives were able to obtain the video which shows Robert placing the joint in the baby's mouth, who then inhaled while the lit joint in her mouth. The video shows her. The baby inhaled the blunt.
And they said, and they knew that it was real because the end of the J turned red.
It turned red when the baby inhaled the joint.
Yes.
After obtaining the copy of the video, detectives on Friday during the follow-up interview, deputies say that she then admitted to watching the victim and placing the joint in the baby's mouth.
Bitch. Niggas, why would you do that? You please tell me.
I'm trying to understand, right? I'm just trying to understand, Kiki. I'm trying to understand the psyche behind it.
I don't understand it.
What do you think is cool about that?
I guess she felt like if it made me feel good, it'll make Shorty feel good. Or maybe baby was crying a lot.
I know you like stirring shit and coming from another angle right now, Kiki, but that's just not it. That's not it.
Stop.
Baby.
You want me to stop?
Yeah, stop right there. Don't do no more. That's not it. That ain't even close to being it. Now, mind you, this is a 17-year-old girl, and I guess the kid's mother is 16.
That makes no sense. None of this makes sense because listen, okay, let's be real. It was wrong from the gate.
Okay.
It was wrong for her to let her friend, like 16 and 17-year-olds, y'all one in the same kind of, you know what I'm saying? I guess she really didn't have no choice, but that was wrong, and that was wrong from the gate. The fact that anyway, the decisions was just all wrong. Your friend smoked weed, she want to watch your baby. Like, and I'm waiting for the other part to show up where the girl beat her senselessly, but that part didn't show up yet.
I don't think that's going to show up. Moving right along.
Because niggas been doing shit all week.
Yeah, they fucking sure the fuck was. A 24-year-old man accused of shooting a 6-year-old child, a 6-year-old girl, her parents and other neighbors after a basketball rolled into his yard in North Carolina, is now in police custody.
So, Tone, I need you to visit while you reading this, right? I need you to visit how many of these incidences have happened since
the last couple of days, in the last week or so?
Yes, sir.
Yo, they're happening all the time.
Please and thank you.
It started from what we reported. Remember we reported last week about the fucking racist dude? Because he had a family member come up and say, yeah, he racist as fuck.
His son.
Yeah, his son snitched on him. But after that, people, because we talked about this last week, after that, there has been numerous incidences where people have been shooting people for going on their property or knocking on their fucking door.
So the white lady, because it flipped.
There was a white guy that did it to a white lady.
Yep,
White
she
on white
pulled into
crime.
his
I love
yard she pulled into his yard to turn around, and he shot her.
Yes.
Yesterday, somebody came in and delivered food to the wrong DoorDash, and they shot her.
them. It was a couple, wasn't it? It was a black couple, I believe.
Yes.
And
yes.
they shot them.
Yes.
Stay the fuck off of people's property. If
You
you're
can't
wrong, you just fucked up. You can't do accidental shit now, and people are shooting you. But this was a nigga. Right?
Yes. And everybody, the people that he shot were white. So you already know where this was going, right?
Oh, he's going to get buried. He's going to get buried. They're going to burn him. Robert Singletary appeared in court on Friday and signed an extradition waiver. He turned himself in on Thursday. The shooting from the shooting that on Tuesday stated when a basketball rolled into Singletary's yard from a group of local children playing basketball in the street. Singletary allegedly fired a gun at the neighbor before approaching a father and a daughter, William James White, of course, and his six-year-old, what's that? Kensley White, were both seriously wounded. One woman was grazed by a bullet, and the second man was shot but not injured.
What?
So he was just dumping off. He was just getting his gun off.
So according to a further investigation, apparently the neighbors were at odds all the time. They had beef. So he just used that as a means to say, oh yeah. Remember last week?
Yep.
I told you what I was going to do. Yeah.
This shit is crazy, man. You just gotta be mindful when we out here and how we moving around. You know what I mean? It's happening everywhere you go with everything the fuck you do. It's just happening, bro. You know what I mean? It ain't safe out there no more. Trying to tell ya.
Can we talk about the biggest niggerish thing that's on the news as of this week?
What that is?
The teacher and the child at fault.
Yo, they trying to send Shorty to jail for that shit. They trying to lock her up for that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know
she got charges. So I wanted to ask our colleagues and our group of educated individuals, children or no. Here's the video.
Look, who saw it first? And the child went and so I was.
Yams. I see yams.
I see yams. I see ass cheeks. I see ass cheeks.
Somebody get a fucking teacher. Get a fucking teacher.
Oh, I see ass cheeks. She got yams.
Oh. She got yams.
Okay. So, parents, I need you to teach your students better. I mean, your children better than what you're teaching them, right? I think we need to go back to the old school ways of whooping your child's candy fucking ass, because clearly these kids today have no fear. You know what I mean? No respect for adults. And this doesn't mean it's just a black thing. This is a kid thing. You know what I mean? We've given these children too many fucking rights and think it's okay for them to act like that. We don't want to damage them. We don't want to do this shit. Blah, blah, blah. The difference between my generation is we got fucked up as kids. And I would have never thought to go to school and fucking hook off on the teacher. Hell no. Kiki, come on, breathe, let it out.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Tone.
Go ahead.
You sitting at home, you chilling with Tasha, and Kayla pops up on the news with this situation. Firstly, what would your response be? Because you didn't hear about it until just now. What would your response be?
What the fuck? What the fuck happened? You know what I mean? See, it's hard. It's hard for me to put myself in that scenario because one, my child knows better. There's fear. There's a respect level in this house. There's a little bit of fear. You have to have that little bit of fear. You see, kids will know when to take you. Like my kids will know where to take me right to that breaking point, and then they'll fucking walk away because you know one more thing you say, I'll whoop your ass. But the fact is, you know I'm gonna whoop your ass. Now I come in, I see the shit on the TV, and my kid whoops somebody's ass, and I'm like, first thing I'm gonna do is look over at her mama. And before I can even see her mama's already going to find her to whoop her ass. I'm not taking up for my child because my child was clearly fucking wrong. Wrong. You are sent to school to get an education, and that's what the fuck you should be getting. You shouldn't be worried about a fucking phone. You should this new school shit is for the birds. It is for the fucking birds.
Okay.
Makes sense for me, Kiki.
So here we go. So yesterday, through my inspection and my perusing, I went to Shorty page. I had to see.
Okay.
She came up. She did explain herself. She did explain that she had that she was facing charges. That while the parent agreed with what happened, the state is charging her with the assault. It ain't the parent. Because the parent, that's why I was asking you in the sequence that I asked you, what would you say? Because the mother was like, wait. You know better. To put your hands on the teacher. The teacher then further went to explain that, because everybody, the comments was crazy. Oh, she just gave her back her phone. What the fuck you take it for? All this weak shit, right? The teacher said,
these millennials, these new motherfuckers.
Yes, the teacher said, first of all, we have policies in place.
Facts.
I am the head of the class, and the teacher cannot come behind the desk. One, and watch. What people don't realize, when she had the phone in her hand, when the little girl hit it, she was calling security to come, which is protocol. He said, I called security. The girl knocked the phone. First, she was checking her pockets for the phone and checking the desk for the phone. She found that to be in violation. Then she said the little girl smacked the phone. And then when she swung at her, that's when she said, I defended myself. She said, I have to leave this profession because the way, she said, the comments that the comments that I'm reading, firstly, she said, y'all mind's in the wrong place. I can wear whatever I want to wear or not wear underneath my clothes because that fight shouldn't have happened in that classroom. She said, first of all. She said, second of all, I follow policy and procedure. And she said, the fact that people are siding with this child, she said, it's beyond her. So as yesterday when I saw the video, she said, that's it for the profession because there's no respect. Like everybody wants to give everything to the kid and no responsibility and no consequences when you disrespect the head of the class.
You know, this is why this country is looked at as a fucking joke right now.
Correct.
These are reasons why this country is looked at as a joke. Look at the thinking. Now I see what you say, Maddie. You didn't embarrass my child. Everyone catching these hands. I got anger issues. I hear you, but I fucking respectfully disagree. And there lies the problem with your statement. Because where is the accountability for your child to go out in these streets and act a certain way? You're not holding this child accountable at all. So if this child went out there and wanted to act, grow, and do what she was not supposed to do, and you felt the urge that you could swing on a teacher, you know what I mean? How do you feel that the teacher, you're mad because the teacher hit your child or embarrassed your child? You're lucky that that's all that happened. You're lucky this wasn't, let's take it outside of the classroom, and this is on the street, and your child wants to jump out there and be Billy Badass and jump at somebody, and they put a hole in her head and kill her. Her fault, but you're mad at the person. You're not holding your kid responsible. You know what I mean? So now we're going to look at you as the parent and be like, well, what the fuck is you teaching your kid?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And judging from the way you act and the way you carry yourself, now they're going to look, well, I understand why this little nigga acts the way the fuck they do.
Yes.
The parent. There lies the fucking problem. Yep. If you don't want your fucking parent, your child embarrassed or your child's ass whooped or get into it, have your teacher, have your child have some respect in that motherfucking school. Bitch, you there to learn, not be on the motherfucking phone. You know the rules. I don't find that teacher at fault at all. What I do find the fault is, teacher, you a grown-ass woman. I seen your ass cheeks. What's her name? So I can be like, hey, boo, how you doing? You know what I mean? But here's no problem. The teacher, that was a kid. Why you struggling with that little kid for?
Tone!
Why you struggling with that little kid for?
That was my problem.
With that.
You took too long. You took too long.
Talking about get a teacher. You should have been whooping her. That was a free take for motherfucking hit her with them haymaker blows, them body crunching blows. I'd have beat the brakes off that little bitch.
I think that's my thing. One, the petty side of me says the lesson took too long.
I agree with you.
The lesson took too long. But the real side of me, as I was a parent and I was a student in my tenure here on Earth, we never was allowed to have a phone. Tone, back in Flint, Michigan, back in Flint, Michigan, where I'm from, we understood that if we had things that we weren't supposed to have in class, that was confiscated. And guess what? Not for the day, but into the end of the school year, and our parents had to come and retrieve it. So for real, we understood that. You got caught with it. It's just like somebody, just like if we on the road, Tony, we all speeding, I get caught speeding, I gotta catch the L, everybody else good. We understand that. You don't do this when you know you was wrong in the first place. I don't understand what part of the game that is. Thirdly and fourthly, I'm not a yeller. Your teacher is your child is at school 8 hours of the day, like way longer for real than they're at home with you. Every day, I'm this child's quote unquote parent. I need to have control of the room. I need to have respect from your child. I cannot do my job if you don't do yours at home.
Okay, can I come in?
Hold on, give me
Please, Captain
Maddie, I'm
Student.
sorry, I misread your comment, Maddie. I misread your comment. I'm sorry, baby, but we on the same page. Go ahead, Pumpkin Seed. What's on your mind?
And it's Picard. Thank you.
Oh, it's Picard. It's Picard.
I captained the wrong. That's a different ship. Anyway,
Yes.
let's go back to again the guy who left his girlfriend because of his child. This is the exact same thing.
Okay. Yes, it is.
It's like it's unfortunate that teachers are, in a weird way, they're in a war zone with kids because of the fact it's like they have no boundaries at all of how to and no rules. There's just nothing. They're pretty much defenseless on dealing with kids like this, and especially when it comes to with quote unquote their property. And it's just like, look, there's rules here. I mean, they teachers understand the rules. The kids don't. So, and that's where the confliction is. Sad to say, most of these parents are our ages. We're the parents of these kids, and the sad thing is, like, I don't know what happened to the point where we allow them to do this run amok shit, and get to the point where it's like, it's like, oh, that's my kid, and all this stuff because of I believe that the fact is like, look, because we were been, quote unquote, I would say abusively disciplined, that we didn't want to do that to our kids. Is that the mindset I think that this is right now?
I think that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like to me. That's why the parenting is the way it is today.
Yeah.
I think it's partial. I think it's 50-50. I agree that it's that. And I also think that the parents don't want the responsibility of that. They don't want the responsibility because, for real, what I see is, why do I have to stay on your ass when I can be on Instagram? Like, why do I have to continuously make sure that this is going on when I'm showing you how life is? I'm showing you I sit on the phone all day.
So
I'm showing like it's easier.
But again, it goes to, this is where again the parenting there has been bad parenting for the last, I would say, 20 plus years. So because of the fact that it's like just as you said, we allow media, we allow television, we allow our phones, we allow everything else to quote unquote parent our kids, and it's like, don't have a actual parent person there. Everyone can blame the fact that it's like, oh, there's no two parent households or whatever, and it's like, you can blame all that you want, but let's be honest, there is a parent there. It's just that particular parent ain't parenting. So it's just like, and I don't care, they'll make up any known excuse to say whatever. The fact is, like, they can't deal with the fact of a child. If you have one child and you end up having three more, then as you blame the fact is like why your kids are running amok. Well, I can't be there because I got to do this and this, but you end up having three more. So I don't know what your problem here is. So if you can't deal with one, why have one? So, and again, once again, we're in a situation where it's like teachers have to do everything. They have to, one, provide for the supplies. They have to try to be bodyguards. They have to try to be, teachers. They do everything but teach. And when it comes to the teaching, you kind of wonder. And it's like, let's be fully honest here. America had the school system in America, cross country, is below top 20 status around the world.
Right.
It is a known fact. So again, it is like because of, like you said, like Tone said, it's like because of the fact that like stuff like this continues. Mind you, you can say it's just black kids and all that stuff. No, you just don't see the white kids because the white kids act fucked up shit too.
Yes,
so
yes,
again,
they do.
So again, this is how everything is of lately in schools, and then on top of that, you can add in the whole school shootings and all that stuff if you want to. But when it comes to these kids, yes, I sad to say, I bring back the paddle. Teachers need to come back.
Corporal punishment
and deal with it's like kids. These are not kids anymore. I said this on your when you were doing your live show last year. These are not kids anymore. They are young adults. If they want to act adults, then you got to give them adult enough with the hand holding and all that stuff. As much as and I probably in the comments says, "Oh, I don't have kids." Yeah, I don't. But let's be honest here. I was one, and thanks to my parents, they disciplined me enough to know I'm not going to act a fool from when I become an adult. So if you want to act an adult, then you got to deal with adult shit. And this year, in all honesty, if I remember correctly, sadly enough, the teacher, in addition to the kid, was arrested by the police. So and probably charges for both of them. So
you know what's crazy is that when I was a kid and I was going to school, the teachers was in cahoots with my mama.
Yes.
They was in cahoots with my mama. You know what I mean? So my mama knew everything. So I was a badass one day and talking shit, and I was walking down the hall with my friends. Yeah. And a motherfucking hand came out of nowhere. I thought it was God and snatched me in the room. And lo and behold, it was old Catherine. And old Catherine had Old Faithful in her hand and wore my ass out in this classroom in front of the teachers.
Well,
whooped me all around the classroom, and then was like, "We'll talk about this when I get home." I ain't get them teachers no more motherfucking problems for the rest of the goddamn year.
You just proved the point that I was getting ready to bring up. You had something to fear. You had consequences to face when you got home. These kids have none. They one, as somebody stated in the comments, that the government kind of dictates, how you run your household. They do and they don't. Yeah, they do and they don't. I feel like most kids, if they know for a fact that there's y'all hold on. You disagreed with me early in the year when I said healthy fear. Oh, ain't no sense of healthy fear, ain't no sense of blah, blah, blah. This is what I mean. There is a fear that if I show out, something's going to happen to me when I get home. Ain't no fear of that, because guess what? All you do is talk to your kids because you can't control them. So this goes to my question. What's with the Valentine takeover? What they so mad about? What are kids so angry for? They got every fucking thing.
Yeah, what the fuck is attitude for? You always got an attitude. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, serious shit. Don't make no damn sense.
Pumpkin seed. What are they so angry about?
They are. Good question. That is the $1 billion question. They know as much therapy they get, they will never give you a straight answer. They could be mad. They could be mad about their classmate, their next door neighbor, the why the sky is blue and all that stuff. They will blame and get mad about anything and everything, and you still don't know why. And they barely, most of them barely talk, and if they do talk, it's through chats on phones and stuff, and even that's kind of cryptic because you don't know what's going on. So really, it's unless they fully open up properly, who knows why everyone's upset.
So Retro said, Retro said Catholic school teachers used to whoop ass back in the day. Do they still do that? Because I know Tony said went to Catholic school.
Yeah, I started in Catholic school. I was in regular school. This was in public school. Like fucking Suave said. Suave was like, only reason why I was scared of my teachers was because of what would happen to me at home.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I knew when I got out of school and I walked in that house, I was getting an ass whooping. There was no question about that. I was going to get an ass whooping. So I had that fear at home. Now, me, I wasn't stupid because I didn't do the same thing twice. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I was something new. To get my ass whooped. You know what I mean? But fucking around in school, I knew that was a no-no. Like, nah, nigga. And my mother, one of the assholes was like, you gonna respect these teachers like you respect me. Period.
My brother just said the other day that he got an 11-year-old. This is Scar. Scar got an 11-year-old son, and the son is in school showing his whole hind parts, right? He told him, and he told his twins, he got some twins, I think the twins are like 7 or 8. He told them that your teacher's word is just as strong as my word while you in school. He then said that if you have a problem with your teacher, she does something, or the teacher, him or her, does something to you that you feel like is wrong, you tell me and I'll deal with them. You don't respond to an adult as a child. So I will handle it.
So for me, that's what I do with my son. My son was having problems with school, and I always told him, you come to me, you let me deal with the adult. You don't deal with the adult. So my son would come home with me and he had receipts. So when he had the receipts, I went to the school and I called the teacher out in front of her, in front of the principal, in front of her bosses, and called her out and laid out the receipts. And then I proceeded to go in on her in front of everybody. You know, all the teacher could do is sit there and turn bloodshot red. What person was she? But lady forgot that. The point was, I handled it. And then after I handled it, there was no more fucking problems. But my son, you know what I mean? He knew how to deal with it, handle it correctly. You know what I mean? You got to teach these kids. And it seems like a lot of these parents, like you said, Kiki, they don't have time. They too worried about their TikToks, they fucking Snapchats, and they likes and all this other shit than raising this kid.
Yeah.
You lay down, that's a full-time responsibility. You got to raise that fucking child. You got to be the parent, not the fucking friend. Why do you think these kids talk to you the way they do and these kids act the way they do? Because you want to be friends with your fucking child. That ain't my fucking friend, nigga. I'm your parent, nigga. I will fuck you up. Period.
That's what so look, let me go to my next question. What happened to intentional parenting? Why have kids if there's no intention to raise them and guide them? Intentional parenting means I got with Tone. Me and Tone love each other. We want to have a child. We're going to raise together. What happened to intentional parenting? Why are people having children?
Because you're in a day and age of people just want to make fucks. And they make a fucking have a baby. And when you fucking and you just have a baby, niggas don't want them babies. They don't want them motherfucking kids. They don't have no intentions of being a parent. You're talking about somebody that is married, that's in a relationship, and looking to build a family and be together. No, niggas is out here fucking for sport. Females is out here fucking for sport, and accidentally, oops, I got pregnant. I'm going to have me a baby. I'm going to put this nigga on child support. I'm going to get some money from this nigga. A child becomes a fucking dollar sign. A lot of these motherfucking mothers, and I'm not saying all, but a lot of these mothers out here are having motherfucking kids for money. They're not having them for nothing else. So if you're having a child for that reason or any other reason, you're not going to teach this child. You're not going to raise them right. You have your concerns about everything else, but not raising that child the right way. What? Fuck it, I said it.
You did. And I stand behind you on it.
You know, that's just what it is. You know, we need to look at some of these motherfucking people that are having these babies, or you know what I mean? You like the title as being a baby mama, but you're not a mama at all. Let's get realistic here. You're not a mama. You're not a mother.
So, Tone, what's to become of the profession of teaching if your parents are not doing their jobs at home? Your kids are going to be the cause of the fall of schools, like education.
You're going to be looking at the fucking future. You're looking at the fucking future. It's crumbling right in front of your eyes. Because teachers are seeing what's happening. And why would you want to go work in a profession in the field like that? We have to deal with that type of shit, right? Be underpaid. And then when a student attacks you and you want to defend yourself, you get in trouble? Why would you even put yourself in that? I wouldn't want to be a teacher outside. I'd be like, hell no, nigga, I don't want to do that.
So you know what has to happen? The same thing has to happen. I'm going to do a parallel. Kiki do parallels. Y'all know that. I'm going to do a parallel. The same way when I was raising my kids and people thought child support was a lot, I said, well, go on over there. You go over there with this person who feels like that is not enough. That's too much money to give me. You go over there and you see when you combine everything, you combine caring for them, providing for them, supervision, food, lights, the toilet, the shoes, the school stuff. You see if that little bit of money makes enough sense. I'm going to parallel that with you don't take your job seriously at home as a parent and send your child to school. Try homeschooling them bad joints and you see what the teacher has to go through. That's the parallel to that. You're gonna end up as homeschooling, and guess what? You can't go to work and homeschool. You can't do it.
Who they? We're not putting it on the mother. We're also putting it on some of these raggedy ass fucking fathers. These men are fucked up too. Who they? You know what I mean? It just so happens right now we're talking about mothers, but the fathers. Yo, if you got with a woman and you had a baby with this woman, but you know this woman ain't about shit. You met her in the club. She had nothing on. During her whole pregnancy, she was in the club shaking her ass. She's a jump off. Why not go to the courthouse and take your child? But you know the problem with that is you niggas ain't shit, just like she ain't shit. And y'all got together and made had a baby, and now that baby suffers. And now, hold on, society suffers because that child has no guidance. You know what I mean? So look, it's a fucked up situation any way you look at it. The mothers and fathers are having these young kids look at the children of today's society right now. They're fucked up. Every time you turn on the news, kids are doing something stupid. What are these parents doing? They not fixing it. You know what I mean? I hate to say, but we're a last of a dying breed. Period. It's sad. There's no more big mamas around no more. There's no more big mamas. There's no more the grandfathers in the house. You don't see, you're starting to see less and less of two-parent homes. You know what I mean? Come on, bro.
And even if you got a strong one-parent home, at least do the job that the job requires. I don't want people to so scared to discipline their children. I keep my grandboys all the time, right? Mm-hmm. And let me tell you something. From one of them is 10 months and one of them be 2 May 19th, right? So I think Grayson going to be 11 months, but they're young babies, and right now it's It's right now it's for these little small things. I find that people think that certain things are cute. Oh, it's cute for them to cuss and be on TikTok. It's cute for them to. None of that shit is cute. None of that shit is cute because the habits. People don't have two sets of habits. You have one set. You either all the way fucked up all the time, or all the way fucked up none of the time. You don't choose when to do the shit. It just happens. And when you're a child and your life reiterates that because your parents don't stop you from doing a thing, you do that thing and you start doing it at an adult level, which is why those kids went over there and they robbed the MGM the other day.
Let's talk about that. You niggas. I want you to think, I want because we didn't get to talk about this under Niggas Gonna Nigga. But actually, they are the niggas of the week. These kids, these young men, right? 5 of them went to the MGM casino in the National Harbor, right down the way. And they robbed, right? They was in hoodies with masks and pillowcases and robbed chips from the MGM.
What are they going to spend them at?
How stupid can you be? How dumb can you be? What are you going to do with them chips, bro? What do you think you're going to turn around and walk back into the MGM and cash them joints out?
Like it ain't Camera City in that joint. Like it's not Camera City in there.
You know what I mean? Do you really think that was a smart idea? Like, where are the parents? Because obviously these were young kids that did this shit. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I know for me at a certain time at night, when I was a kid, when that street, I had to be home before that street light came on. I didn't give a fuck where I was at. I'd be like, what time is it? Why does this guy look like that? I'm stopping what I'm doing. I didn't care if I was getting my dick sucked or middle some pussy. Hold on, pause. Pew! I was gone, running home.
Tone, you know what makes my blood boil?
What that is?
The conversation that started this whole plan. And that nobody said, nigga, you tripping. Ain't nobody about to go in. Ain't nobody about to, like, the fact that all 5 of them joints was with it. It all falls into what we're talking about.
Cases off their pillow. They took their nerdy desk off their pillow and ran up in the MGM and see, this is the hoodies and masks.
Yes,
I feel uncomfortable when I see these little young niggas walking around with masks and hoodie. You know what I mean? Yep. I'm walking around the street and I see you walking up and you anywhere close to me, my hand on my gun. I'm not playing with you.
Tone,
I'm sorry.
You watched all last week when it was 90 degrees. Them youngest had on puffer coats and masks and hoodies. The whole time it was 90 degrees. You saw that, right? I work in a barber shop. And I watched these little youngest come in all day and all. I'm looking like, damn, I got on a tank top. I'm about to melt.
Yeah.
You niggas got on a puffer jacket and a hoodie together.
I'm really not comprehending that behavior. Not on top with the hoodie and all that shit, then they got the fucking mask coming down over their fucking face.
Look, the ski mask, Tom. Not even this one. The ski mask. The dude, we have a runner in the shop. We call him a sweet boy, right? We got a runner in the shop. He's like going down the street in the middle of the heat with a whole face mask. I'm like, yo. He's like, yeah, I don't wear it all the time. You know, I don't mind people seeing my face. You're 14. You're 14. You got a pullover ski mask on, and it's 92 degrees outside. Bruh, they gone. These niggas burnt. These niggas burnt. I don't get it.
Yeah, so this shit is crazy.
Look, somebody said that the chips got trackers on them.
The chips got trackers on them.
That's what somebody said. They got trackers on them.
I don't know. I heard that. I think.
I understand, because usually if someone do steal chips, they do have sensors in there so they can retrieve them. So yeah.
Oh, you dummies! You big dummies! I don't know, Tom. I don't know. And for real, the moment that you kill one of these kids, because kids will unalive you. You think that you be trusting these little kids? Kids will kill you. They will shoot you. They will rob you. They will do anything to you. And we got to sit around here and wait for that to happen?
Yeah,
no, I'm going home tonight. I'm going home, bro.
That's not going to happen. You know what I mean? That's just not going to happen. I mean, you got these kids today are just a little bit out of fucking hand, a little bit out of control.
I don't know. And if you look down the road, Tom, summer ain't even here yet. It's April 24th. Summer starts June 21st. It ain't even summer yet. So we have yet to see the bulk of what's going to happen.
It's only going to get worse.
Kids is getting away with it. And this is the thing, like the message that you send to a class full of kids, that the teacher, the way that girl disrespected that teacher, the message that says when the teacher gets fired and gets in trouble and the child comes to school the next day, a hero. That is going to happen again to whoever the teacher is.
Yeah, yeah. I'm at the point now where, you know, when these kids do something, right?
Uh-huh.
When you charge the child, start charging the parents. Whether they're there or not, start holding the parents as responsible just as these fucking kids. I don't want to hear, well, it was a child that, no, bitch. You know what I mean? If you start charging some of these parents and holding these parents accountable and locking their asses up, a lot of that shit will slow down.
That 6-year-old that shot that kid, shot a teacher at school, the parent is facing time for that. So I'm glad that.
Hold on. And that's a white person.
Yes. But you know what?
Niggas that shouldn't be safe either.
My father always told me, and I reiterate things all the time on Real Talk Uncensored, because my daddy to me is the biggest man in my life. Like, he raised me, raised me, and brought me up in the way that I should be brought up. Now, he did some stuff I ain't got no business seeing, but he put whatever was in me was in me. My father said to me very early on, baby girl, your reputation is not yours to ruin. It's mine. I will fuck you up out here about my last name.
Yep.
And to this day, my mouth wasn't even reckless when Portia Grant was alive. I was very conscious of what things I said online. She's gone now. My father knows me, but he said that to me. I say that to my children. I am extremely careful of what reputation of my father's while he living on this earth that I'm here to ruin. My great-grandmother, my grandmother, I'm a grant to my soul. That name carried weight before I came here, and it will carry weight after I leave here. And that's what I tell my children, the same thing. Don't embarrass me in these streets, because ain't nothing worse in the world if I had to pull up Instagram or whatever, or the news and saw my daughter talking reckless, talking about, get my shit, get my fucking... You do not know the consequences that London Danae Jackson and Brittany Portia Grant will face.
So you know, another problem I see.
You're posting out their full government name, aren't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Just want to be clear.
Ooh. So Maddie said, nah, charge these kids and make the parents pay child support while they're in state custody. That's another option. I like that.
I like that.
I like that. You know what I mean? And lock their ass up for a good long time too. You know what I mean? You know, back in the days when you lived in a neighborhood, right? And when you lived in this neighborhood and shit, there was always that one motherfucker that was watching. And for me, as a little boy, right, there was this lady across the name, her white lady named Miss Z-Mac. I'll never fucking forget this one white lady. This white lady used to sit in the window and watch what we was doing up and down the street and tell our parents. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out for the longest, who the fuck is watching?
Who is telling?
You know what I mean? Until one day, as my mom was white. That's why me and Z-Mac seen your ass. But you needed those parents like that. You needed them people like that. Or you had the fucking parents that, if down the block, that the parent will come outside and whoop your ass for your mama if they saw you doing something. So that's what we talk about taking back, saying a village to raise a kid. We need to implement them days. But you can't have them days now because people want to fight. You ain't going to hit my child. Your child out here acting like a whole ass. He needs to act right.
Whether you believe it or not, Miss Z-Mac loved you. Miss Z-Mac loved Catherine, so she loved her children.
Well, she was real friends with Miss Z-Mac was friends with my grandmama.
No, okay, so that's what I'm saying. Well, I'm sorry, I'm the wrong person. But I'm saying when neighbors care about you, they care about your mother. Like that was a thing. Like to this day, I got so many cousins on my street that we ain't got no blood together because it was that way.
That's growing up. It was like that. Those days are gone. I think those days need to come back. I think like somebody said earlier, society as a whole, government as a whole, has caused a lot of this bullshit. This CPS shit has caused a lot of bullshit. You need to dull down some of them lies and fuck your kids up.
Okay,
don't be afraid of them little bastards. They can get therapy for help later on, but you're going to fuck their ass up today.
And let me go here. This is why I'm going to get a lot of hate mail. Bring it. I don't care. I got my tactical vest on. This is why some ways I agree with the Republicans. I agree with them because some of this Democratic stuff is so soft. It's so soft. We rule with our emotions. Like Republicans, this is what the fuck it is. They, in some senses, they give you power in your home. In some senses, they ask that you do the things that in your home that would make our society better. This is why they tell you, get the fuck off welfare. Get your ass to work. We got a job fair for you. We got this for you because when you do things like that, I'm not saying it's only people. I'm talking about the people who get on it and abuse it, not those who actually need that system. But the people who sit around all day and kick it and chill, what are you learning in life?
So my baby, Ariana's mother, right? Ariana's mother, you know what I mean? My daughter's mother, you know, she is a fucking baby, you know what I mean? And this bitch is still on the system because she keeps popping out babies after the fucking fact, you know what I mean? So she can remain on the system. I'm like, what the fuck? You a dumb bitch, you know what I mean? What happened to you? Like when I got with her, she wasn't like that. She was on her hustle, on her grind and all that shit. And this bitch has become lazy because she can rely on the system to pay for everything and do everything for her. That's some corny ass shit, yo. That's some corny ass shit. Start motherfucking cutting these
umbilical cords.
Yeah, cutting these motherfuckers off. No, bitch, you didn't have how many kids you had on this? Get the fuck out of here. You cut the fuck off. Figure it out on your own. Just saying.
I don't know. It's saying to everybody, you have like the new kids. Oh, kids should have their own right to say whatever. I said, no, they gotta earn that. You gotta be around. You gotta shut the fuck up a few years before you allowed to say a whole lot of shit. People just say what they think and it flies. It's like what?
They let
silence is a beautiful thing because this is what they say, listen twice as much as you speak, and kids don't do that. I was in the store the other day, the girl on her phone on speakerphone, she about 14, they bitch this and motherfucker that, and I'm like, huh?
That shit bother me right there when a motherfucker say that shit bother me right there.
And you can't say nothing to them because they will fight you. And the mother would show up like, what the fuck? I never swore for my kids. Just like that, I'm sure that little girl mother, she probably is like a real mother. The little girl that fought that teacher, she never swore for her kids. It is probably devastating and disheartening for her family to pick up and see you talking like that. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And this the kids that you say, oh, my kid ain't done nothing. And the kids, that 5 kids that robbed, I promise you, their mothers will look, they my eyes this wide when they find out who those 5 kids were, because you will never believe it's your own, because you don't pay attention to their ass. Kids tell you a lot. They'll tell you, all you gotta do is watch them and listen and hover. Be over their ass. Nope, come on in. Come on in. My coworker, I was training my coworker, right? And she said she's now caring for her 11-year-old granddaughter because the mother works during the day or whatever. She said a girl come home every day with no homework. She said she been keeping her 1 year. She don't have one book.
I don't understand that shit at all. I watch these kids coming home from school, and I be asking them, y'all got homework? Nah, we ain't got no homework. And it's not just them. It's these kids in general don't have, what the fuck is going on that you ain't got no homework?
I need to know.
Help me understand, because, bruh, I know for me, I used to have homework all the fucking time, every fucking day. Even when we went on school breaks, they would give us homework to do during the school break.
And my nerdy ass would ask for it. I would ask for work.
I just don't understand how this, how shit is, you know, how this is getting way. But you know, these I don't always put it on Democrats as well. I just put it on society in general that has made these kids weak as fuck and made these kids feel entitled. Sense of entitlement. That behavior with that young lady is a sense of entitlement. You know what I mean? She feels like that young girl felt like she was equal to that teacher. And you're not. And you won't be. You know what I mean? You're not. You teach your kids that. Because if your kid come around me with that shit, oh, I'm busting that ass. I'm busting that ass. And when you want to come barking, you know what I mean? I got something else going to bark at you right back.
Well, we don't have hierarchy in our everyday lives. We don't have hierarchy because we watch the same stuff on Instagram. We watch all our lives blend together. We don't have a section. Like somebody said to me when I was explaining how my social life was separate from with my life with my kids. They're like, oh, that's being fake. You need to let your kids say everything. No, everything is not for kids' eyes, because you can't control how they take that in and how they identify or how they process that. So to me, if I was doing anything adult, my children were not privy and witness to that until it was time. So we don't know how to separate and compartmentalize our lives for our kids, because for real, it's a lot of work. If you do parenting the way parenting is supposed to be done, Tone, people wouldn't have 5 and 6 kids. It's a lot of work. And trying to do other things. It's a lot of work. That's why I used to be mad that I had kids early, but I was mad because I gave up my childhood to raise them. I literally did. But then I was happy. I was like, no, I can't do it in this time. I can't, because my mindset ain't about this bullshit. I reached all the way back to things that worked. Were they wrong for you? Probably some of the stuff that happened to me probably could somewhere in some book be deemed as child abuse somewhere. Mm-hmm. But my father gauged what punishment fit what crime. And he was pretty good at that. Like when I was trying to burn the house down, of course it wasn't no skin left on me.
No, it wasn't. So, being fair, most of our childhood, we borderlined a child abuse. Our parents borderline that child abuse. You know what I mean? Period. But I still see nothing wrong with that style of parenting sometimes.
We didn't die.
We're still here. You know what I mean? Like, yo, and I think that's what's missing these days. And it's clearly showing. That's us that got beat, like, I can tell you a couple times I got beat within an inch of my life. Nigga. Yeah. I ain't never did that shit no more. You know what I mean? I learned when I stepped outside that house, you know what I mean? There was certain shit I just was not going to do. See, I was that child that I wouldn't do the same shit twice. I would get whooped for it once and be like, yeah, I ain't doing that no more. I was off to something new.
So is it safe to say, Tone, not just, I want you to think with the mindset of what the kids will be talking about. Is it safe to say that when a parent tells a child to do something, they do it anyway, that they don't trust the parent's judgment? Or they think they know better than the parent? Like, what is it?
This is what you said. They think they know better.
Okay.
You're young and you think you got all the fucking answers and you know everything, but you don't know shit. But you try to have that conversation with a younger person and they think they know better than you. I go through that now in my own house. You know what I mean? I'm trying to tell you something, but you don't want to hear me. You don't want to listen to what I'm saying because you think you have the answer, so you know better. So at that point, sometimes I have to sit back and let you fall on your motherfucking face and let you get drugged in the mud. And then while you drug in the mud, I'm going to come over and take a couple shots at you and banana. Now you going to fucking listen to me now? Are you going to listen to me now? Because sometimes the only way they learn is through life experience. You're going to have to learn on your own. Sad to say.
A lot of people, Tom, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. A lot of people are in club graveyard learning on their own. I wish the kids would just trust the fact that you've been here a little longer, the fact that it really ain't nothing new under the sun. If you get shot by a gun, probably you're going to die. You know what I'm saying? If you get stabbed, probably you're going to die. I've seen enough people do it. If you get caught up from bank robbing, you're probably going to jail. Like the consequences, they really don't change. And what I realize is that people don't really get away with the crimes that they do. They get away with it for a short time, but kids talk too fucking much because they don't listen. You talk too much and you do everything in public and with company, with an audience.
I like to add something here.
Okay, sure.
The scare straight method is not working anymore. That's out the window. But you can have a person the days of having a convict talking to a teenager and freaking them out of the ordeals of being in jail and all that stuff. That's out the window. The way I see it, practice what you're preaching. Put them in there. Enough is enough. It's gotten to the sad to say that it's extreme, but let's put it this way: these extreme times calls for extreme measures.
Correct.
And
Correct.
You can't hide that anymore. And mind you can sit there and say that most of these, they're just kids and all that stuff. They're acting like adults. They're young adults, plain and simple. Give them, you're teaching them to be an adult. This is a teaching moment. That's all you have to say about that. Enough said.
Yeah. I mean, so like Lene said, I didn't gentle parent my kid because my kid didn't gentle kid. Fuck out of here.
Hey, she right about that.
Yo, Maddie said some kids are smarter than their parents. That's another statement that you get no argument from me. It just be like that sometimes, man. But these kids today, man, it's sad. If we don't get a handle on it, if we don't get a handle on it anytime soon, things are only going to get worse. You know what I mean?
And you know what though? And even if the kids are smarter than parents, the tail never wags the dog. Like it just never does. The dog has to wag the tail. And a lot of that time, if somebody sees that, there should be some intervention somewhere from another adult. You know what I'm saying? It should be. It used to be. I went over there and took my niece from my brother.
Mm-hmm.
I took her. Brought her right here for a year. Nope. I see what's going on over here. His baby mama, I didn't like her. So nope. And she didn't even fight me on it because she knew she was fucking unfit. And the fact that somebody else from the outside saw that shit, she was so embarrassed. She was so embarrassed because guess what? They say your panties is showing. The same thing with that little girl.
Don't care about all that shit. They're going to take offense that you said something to them.
I don't give it.
People aren't open to the criticism. They're not open to take the fucking criticism this day. You criticize somebody, even if it's constructive, motherfuckers still want to take offense and they want to fight you and it wants to be something the fuck else than what it really should be. You know what I mean? So, your perspective, Kiki. I'm going to take this into perspective real quick.
Okay. You want to kick it off?
Hear me. Listen to me now.
Yes.
Your enemy is a friend that knows too damn much about you.
Those are facts.
You didn't hear what I said?
Say it again.
Your enemy is a friend that knows too damn much about you. Please put that in perspective. Kiki, you got something else to add to that?
Continue while I look for it.
All right. We love putting value in all things that have age except for people. Cars have immense value. Cheese, fine wines. We start putting value in us aging. Especially if you're blessed enough to be living, you will be there too.
Facts.
Just be like that sometimes.
It be like that. We got to stop with that ageism shit. Perspective. If you don't run while you are healthy, guarantee you will run when you're sick.
Well,
Food for
there you
thought.
have it. Just put some of them things in perspective, people. You know what I mean? Put perspective. Whoop your fucking badass kids. Normalize that shit. I'm just saying. Fuck them kids.
Here's some food for thought.
You got some food for thought for me?
Yep.
All right, give me some. Lay it on me.
Never force what should flow.
Ooh. You shouldn't have to fight so hard for some shit. If you got to fight too hard for this shit, it's not meant for you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
While it's in your power, be good.
Listen, because once the power's taken from you, you don't have no choice. It is what it is.
Yep. My vessel makes the loudest sound. Right there. Yep.
An empty vessel makes the loudest sound.
It does. I didn't know that. You know what I mean?
I don't know who needs to hear this.
Huh?
Tone. I don't know who need to hear this.
What that is?
If it's not a fuck yes, then it's a fuck no.
Somebody need to hear that.
Somebody do.
Manage your mood. If it doesn't obey it, it commands silence and is not admission. But it is denial.
You ran that. Go back. You ran that.
What?
You ran that.
You tell me, run it back to me.
Okay. Manage your mood. If it does not obey, it commands. Manage your mood. If it doesn't obey, it commands.
Yo. So we've been sleeping on. I used to love when we did the Did You Knows and shit, Kiki.
We got Did You Knows.
I love that shit. Look, because if I know about it, you got to know about it now.
Facts.
You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Did you know there are over 30,000 bald eagles in Alaska? Didn't know that shit. I like bald eagles. Them birds is big as fuck. Them niggas are savages.
I saw one in person. Not up close, but I saw one.
Them niggas be like, yeah, nigga.
Yeah, I think their wingspan is like your height.
Yeah, niggas will fuck you up is what it is, bro. I'm just saying.
Did you know Alaska and Hawaii are the only two states that you can't drive through from the U.S.? You can drive through Canada to get to Alaska or take a cruise to leave from Seattle. Those are the only two ways.
Yeah, but you can't. What about Puerto Rico? Can't drive to Puerto Rico.
Alaska and Hawaii are the only states that you can't drive through from the U.S.
Puerto Rico is just a territory.
It's like a province, right? Or something.
It's a territory.
That's a territory. Did you know that?
Okay. Didn't know that. Didn't fucking know that at all, Kiki. I mean, thank you for the enlightenment, Shawty.
You're welcome.
You know what I mean? I don't know. There's a lot of other shit in here, but you know.
Did you know Alaska has 2 time zones?
How the fuck they got 2 time zones?
Okay, the Alaskan side is 4 hours behind East Coast time, and the Hawaiian Aleutian side is 1 hour behind West Coast.
I didn't know that. That's kind of fucked up living in Alaska. I wouldn't want to
live
in no way, dog. That's just not built for me.
Did you know there is a point in Alaska where it's sunlight all the time?
Yep.
Really?
And it's a part that's dark too, right?
All the time.
Yeah, there's a part. There'll be it's daylight all the time, and then there's a point where it's darkness all the time.
I couldn't live there. You'd be depressed like a motherfucker living there.
They said that they have to drive 10 hours to get to food on the days that it's light. 10 hours to go and get everything because it's only so many days of sunlight, and before it's 30 days of night or dark or something like that, right?
Fuck that. I couldn't live there.
Yeah, based on that movie too.
So my man Max said 2 things you trust: God and time. Everything else is a figment of your imagination.
Hey.
Learning some shit today.
Come on, Who they say I got a perspective for you. I want it. Yes, come on. And Lene said, did you know that American University has a bald eagle on campus?
Did not know that. Are you talking about the bald bitch?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Have you seen it?
Really?
Yeah. it ended up capturing a chipmunk.
Oh, that must have been cool as shit.
Mhm.
Somebody was trying to.
That's why they're called the American Eagles. So, AU Eagles.
All right.
Alaska is weird. It'd be dark for 16 hours.
I couldn't live there. You gotta be a depressed motherfucker living in Alaska, dog. Like
you got to. So, Tone, the other morning, I was up watching the news because that's my thing now. I had to stop watching ridiculousness because I will oversleep. I had to stop watching 24 hours a day. I was watching Nick Cannon show, whatever, when I wake up, right? Yeah. So now I watch the news. The news will wake me up because it screams the time. It tells me I'm not a day person at all. Like I'm struggling with this. Please believe y'all. Please believe me. I mean, I was watching the news. Did y'all know that Fox Morning News got that song "I Don't Fuck With You" by Big Sean as they song? I said, what?
Whoa. They're not using the words, are they?
No, but still, that's a lot to tell a person. The words, who don't know the words to that song? Fox 5, y'all got "I Don't Fuck With You."
Fox 5 is on. Fox 5 is on some real crazy shit. I don't fuck with you, but we don't fuck with you.
Another thing I think is funny, right? I think it's funny that fruit used to have a season, and now you can get it all year round. You can get grapes in the winter.
And you know that shit is not right anyway.
Ain't no seeds in them.
Huh?
Ain't no seeds in them.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with that shit. That's just, to me, it's like man-made. I'm used to the fruits in certain seasons. You can get certain fruits. Not all year to fuck around. Where you growing these joints at? Where they coming from?
Nope. Nope.
I don't know, Kiki. You know what I mean? I don't know. Well, it's another fine fucking Monday.
It is.
Yeah, I got shit to do.
I'd like to thank everybody for real for bearing with us and rolling with the punches this morning as we went through our unfortunate smelting accident at the studio. And
shout out to Kiki for calling the fucking goddamn fire department because the whole goddamn building might have burnt down if you didn't call.
Oh my God!
We were standing out there just watching the smoke and watching the building burn and talking. So if it wasn't for Kiki called the fire department, saved the building. Hopefully we'll be back in the studio next week.
Yeah.
And they get the shit back right. You know what I mean? Actually, yeah. But yeah, Kiki, we on a countdown. You know what it is? It's almost vacation time.
Sure enough is.
So, you know what I mean? Just for y'all know that we'll both be in Myrtle and we might be doing a show from Myrtle. We're working out the details now, how we want to finesse this and swing this. But we might want y'all there. So that means if you in Myrtle on that fucking Monday, we're going to put the location out. We're going to make it happen. Pull the fuck up. Wake your asses up. Get the cold out your eye. Bring your coffee, your eggs, all that shit. Get your ass in. We can do a live show. You know what I mean? That'll be the Monday. We will work. We still working on the details and whatnot. But we'll be in Myrtle. We'll be in Myrtle for that Monday. Live from Myrtle Beach.
Yes, please express your interest so we can know how we doing this. Please let us know if y'all with that. Put it in the comments. We read the comments.
Yeah, we definitely read your comments. We want to know what y'all think about that shit because we'll be down there. Some live show we can really cut up and you know what I mean. You know, Tone is a little different in live versus he is on the show. I get a little extra shit I got to say.
Yes,
we love it. What I can say today, yeah.
But anyway.
All right, I'm Tone.
I'm Kiki.
Real talk, uncensored, bitch.
See y'all next week. See y'all next week.